Hey, and howdy and hi. Welcome to a very special video. Thanks for dropping by. Now, I know this is going to be a little bit of a weird video dropping towards the end of Art Fight, but I assure you it is a very important video, at least to me, and at least to someone very special in my life. So, for some context, if you're not too familiar with the channel or you haven't seen any of my streams, hi, I'm Bunny, and I talk a lot about my husband a lot. So, for those of you who do not know, it is my husband and I's anniversary. So this is my very special anniversary video for my husband. I was so excited to make this video, and then the time caught up with me, and I messed up our anniversary date. So it's midnight. It's midnight. So I'm trying my best to get this video out so it actually comes out on our anniversary, which is on the 22nd. But essentially, this is just my video of me taking like 15 to 20 minutes to gush about my husband because chat wanted me to a few months ago, and now I have the perfect chance to. So, hi guys! It's finally happening! I'm pretty sure this video might be a massive ego boost for my husband, and that's fine. He can have it for our anniversary. I'll allow it. Yeah. So for those of you who are not too familiar with my husband, on our streams and stuff like that, we often call him Mod Man or Raccoon Man. He is a very silly man. I love him to death. Have I mentioned he's my husband? So essentially my husband, he's a very silly man. We've been friends for a very, very long time. So you could say that we know each other very, very well. And it very much shows whenever we're together. It became very much apparent anytime we're on stream or anything. You can very much tell that we spent a lot of time together. Yeah, we've known each other for such a long time. And honestly, it's crazy. I think we've known each other for about, like, what, 10 years at this point? I'd have to say. What is it, 2025? Around 10 years, I would like to say. That we've known each other, not even, like, dating at this point. But, yeah, if I had to describe this man, I don't even know where to start. There's, like, so much. He's silly. He's a silly guy. He's my silly guy. He's very funny, he's very outgoing, he is such a stinky little goober when he wants to be. And I say this with so much affection. This man bullies me on a daily basis. If I even give him just a crumb of ammunition, he will take it. And I will not hear about it, and I will not stop hearing about it till the end of the day. And and as he declared on my stream the other day, he is my biggest supporter and hater, and honestly, I find that hilarious. But yeah, he's very silly. He's also very dedicated. He's such a hard worker. If you were to ask him if he was a creative person by any means, he would tell you he's not. He's a liar. 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 He's a very creative person. And he taught himself how to 3D print, by the way. And he has a lot of, like, ideas and stuff, and he does things at his own pace, and he wants to do so many things. He's a very creative person, and, you know, it really shows sometimes. Especially when he works on stuff for, like, 3D printing. Like literally, like, for Christmas, he wanted to make our buddy in a new cube to keep his Magic the Gathering draft cards in. Like, an entire new cube. He sketched it out, made it from scratch, and started making that shit in 3D printing program. And it's turning out super cool. Like, it looks sick, and when he comes back, he's gonna finish it. He hasn't finished it yet because, you know, it was quite the massive undertaking and he had to go through so many phases and stuff. But he's a very creative person, and he's very stubborn, which means, like, once he starts something, he wants to see it done. That project has been driving him crazy for months, and he still wants to finish it. But yeah, and I think another word I would use to describe him, he's very selfless. I told this story on stream the other day, but I'll tell it here. Cause for another bit of context, I'm not the best with my memories. I retain very few from mostly my high school years. Anything like during high school and a little bit after, anything like from that point, I don't really like remember a lot. The only things I really retain are stuff that people tell me about a lot or that I keep telling as stories, so that way it sticks in my brain. And one of the stories I really like to tell, because I think it was this moment onward that really like deepened our friendship and really like had me like have him in my life as like, yes, this person right here. Was when my late dog passed away. It was a very traumatic event. I'm not gonna go too much into it because honestly, I feel like if there's any dog lovers in here, the story would make them uber sad. It was terrible. It was traumatic. It was, I think, one of the worst nights of my life because of everything that had happened. And the day after, I was so sad and just not in the correct headspace. And I remember that he had messaged me at some point that day and he was like, hey, how are you doing? How's your day going? And I think he knew that something was up because he was like, hey, are you okay? And I told him what had happened and he was like, oh, okay, that sucks. All right. And at first, you know, it was a little normal because it's a little awkward because like what are you gonna say when your friend's dog just died and they're super depressed about it? He was like, okay, all right, are you doing anything today? And I was like, no, I think I'm just gonna stay home because honestly I just don't feel good. And he was like, okay. And at some point he changes the conversation and we somehow get to talking about ice cream and he's like, yeah, what kind of ice creams do you like? And I was like, oh, I kind of like Rocky Road, I guess. You know, it's got a little crunch to it. It's interesting. Yeah, I was like, I kind of like Rocky Road, I guess. And he's like, okay, cool. And then like an hour or so passes by and he's like, hey, can you come outside? And I was like, what the fuck does he mean, come outside? And I was like, okay. So I go outside and I see this absolute goober outside holding a bag of Rocky Road ice cream. And it was just so sweet. It makes me emotional a little bit just to think about it. It's probably because it's midnight and I'm thinking about this like really deeply, but you know, I don't think he knows how much of a profound impact that had on me at the time. Especially because after that, it was just another thing after another. He won't believe this if you tell him in person, and he'll probably watch this video and get like uber embarrassed. But, you know, my husband is honestly one of the best people I know. You know, he's super selfless. He is absolutely kind to his core. And honestly, I'm real thankful to have him in my life. You know? This is a little embarrassing. Sorry. It's because it's midnight, so it's getting me a little embarrassed. But yeah, I'm real thankful to have him in my life, and I don't know what I would do without him. Honestly. We've had so many fun times together, like, before we got married, and now that we are married, I hope that, you know, wherever the future takes us, that as long as we're together, I think, you know, we'll be okay. And there's so many things I want to do with him, there's so many places I want to go, there's so many activities I want to do, I want to make so many memories with this man. I am so disgustingly in love with this man. It's literally unreal. But yeah, I absolutely adore my husband. And I'm very thankful to have him in my life. And I'm absolutely blown away that it has already been a year. It literally feels like yesterday that he was in basic training and we were sending back letters back and forth. And towards the end of basic training, I read the letter where he basically confessed to me. It feels crazy how far we've come in such little time. Which honestly, at the end of the day, gives us more time to be together and to figure out what we want to do for our future. Like, one of the things we really want to do is we want to go to Japan. That's one really big goal we want to do. We want to go to Japan uber bad. And I know one day we will get there. And I honestly can't wait. I feel like it's going to be such an amazing trip. And we're still planning it, and we're talking about it and saving all our favorite locations and everything. But yeah, I've run out of things to say, so I'm gonna talk about the work I'm doing right now. This thingy that I'm drawing. I actually took a bunch of our wedding photos that my father-in-law took for us, used them as references, and I wanted to make a cute little thing, you know, to use. It's like maybe phone backgrounds. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I know I'm gonna show it to him, but like I don't know what we're gonna use this for. Others aside from one thing, but I can't spoil what it is because it's a surprise and I can't mention it. I can't mention it here, okay? It's gotta be a surprise. It's gotta be a surprise. Don't worry. You will see what I mean next month. But yeah, I basically took a lot of our photos and used them as references so I could draw us together. I unfortunately couldn't get his shirt right. He wore his Spider-Man shirt that I got for him for our wedding. And I know that sounds really nerdy, but like it was super cute and he looked really handsome. It was just that little touch, you know? He wanted to add some personality to it because, you know, it's just he wore his little Spider-Man shirt underneath it and it was so cute. He looked so handsome. I still remember walking down the stairs to seeing him waiting for me so we could go and get our vows done. He was shooketh. like I can't describe the look he had on his face when I was making my way down the stairs. It still gives me like goosebumps to this day. Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, and if you're wondering why my bouquet looks a little funky, we made the bouquet together, and we basically put together some of our favorite flowers. I mixed together, first of all, hydrangeas are my favorite flower, and then we both really like cherry blossoms. But the hydrangeas are two different colors because blue's his favorite color, red's my favorite color, but there's not red hydrangeas, so they're pink. And when we have our wedding for when we renew our vows, because we had a small wedding when we got married because we wanted to save our money for the future, right? So in the future we plan to do it proper, invite everyone that we know, have the big wedding, and when we have that wedding, I feel like it would be appropriate to have purple hydrangeas because that is a mixture of red and blue. So it's kind of like a combination of the both of us. And I know how corny that sounds, leave me alone. But yeah. But, man, that was such a fun day, though. Honestly. The entire event. Y'all, I almost lost it during the vows, by the way. This man, I was a fool. I let him read his vows first. Like an absolute fool. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I let him read his vows first. I was a fool. I shouldn't have let it happen because this man almost made me cry on the spot. After I started reading mine, I was like, shit, I messed up. I should have gone first. Ah! Next time I'm going first. But yeah. Aside from that, I think that's enough gushing from me because again, it is midnight and I feel like at this point I might actually cry if I keep reminiscing. So, thank you guys for joining me tonight and hearing me gush about my husband. And happy anniversary to you, my love, if you are watching this. I love you so much. And I can't wait for the rest of our future together. Alright. Bye-bye.